The thing is, it's a very cultural thing from when this country started, was dog sledding. Being from a remote, isolated community like Churchill, it's hard to get people here. You know, you can only come by train or plane. So our sponsorship is limited, and we try to use it to the full potential that we have to bring our racers here to gather and to have a great experience with our dogs and each other. It's a small community. I mean, you know, I've made a lot of good friends over the years, and we made new friends last year when we put on the 6-dog race, and they loved it so much that they're back this year. That's why I put on the races, to be able to keep this culture alive.
There's nothing you're worried about tomorrow, is there?
No, just super excited to cross the finish line with a healthy, happy team and do it with my best friends, Wyatt and Mary.
It's always going to be a race, no matter if it's 35 miles or whether it's 80 miles or 70 miles. We go with the flow, and we go with the environment, what the environment gives us. He's the nicest guy, will help anybody out on the trail. I watched him helping everybody on these adverse trails, and then when everyone was done and he knew everyone was safe, he was gone.
All the races I've done since I was a kid, that had to be the toughest 35 miles. These little 6-dog, 100-mile races, they're tough. You know, anybody that says they're not, let's see them do it. And I can tell you a lot of big kennels will not show up because they're scared of it. Yeah. Right? Because they have numbers, right? So if you got a big kennel, come to these races, put 2 teams in. Let's see what you got, right? You're running in this kind of weather. Yeah. And I want to thank my beautiful wife.
Thanks to everybody who helped us out.
She's 58 and it's her first year to do it, so you're never too old to start something.
Go Edie! And it's just such a great place to be. I'm from Manitoba originally, so nice to be back in Manitoba. Churchill is amazing. Love it.
Oh, yay!
We love the community. Wish we lived here sometimes, but we'll be back again, so thank you.
Those two are so genuine, and they're just an amazing couple who share this life with the dog.
We've done a lot of races over the years, but the ones where you face adversity and work together to accomplish something are most memorable. Those are way better than the races where you race to the end and fast, and it doesn't matter how you place, but these ones where mushers have to work together and you see people's dogs advancing are the really memorable ones, and what racing is all about.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Let's say you're running up in the north and up in Churchill, you never know what it's going to throw at you, and you know, you're running on the river where it's wide open, and you know, it's fun. We were all kind of in a big row there, and we were just, you know, making the best of the situation, and then it all got figured out, and we had fun with it right till the end. So good time.
And that's what happens up here at the edge of the Arctic in Churchill, is that the weather can change on a dime.
Mary stopped their team because I was going, I don't know where I was going. Going somewhere, and she had her team going right down the trail, and she stopped, and she's calling my dog over, she's calling Emma's dogs over, she's helping everybody out there.
It's going to be one of my favorite ones because it was hard, but everybody had fun at the end, and it's going to be a great memory for a lot of years. So thank you guys for everything.
Emma, who carried Ginger from the trestle all the way to Sierra 30 and all the way back to the finish line with only 5 dogs. So she did a great job.
It wasn't easy, but we made it through, and I couldn't be here without my Wapusk family for coming and supporting me. Couldn't have done it without you.
We ran into a little bit of weather, so the race was shortened, and we had to turn around at the river because the trail was gone and there was no visibility, and dog teams were all over the river. So we turned them around and they raced back to the finish line from there.
I want to thank the vet team. They were perfect out there. Funny story, when we parked the dogs, we're on the ice, the wind was howling. They said, can we help? I said, yeah, my males need to be held so they don't cruise. She had her mitt. I said, no. Take the mitt off. Skin contact.
I'm so excited for them to feel what I felt being out there on the land with the dogs, and I think that's the biggest thing, is watching them as the confidence that they build and like when they cross the finish line and they're like, I can't wait till next year. That really makes it all worth it.
Very hard the first couple of miles for sure, but we made it.
This is probably the only sport you can have Aboriginal people, black, white, whatever, men, women, could all compete together. There's not too many sports out there that can do that.
And I'd really like to thank all our support from all our sponsors. You know, we had a great banquet last night, and it was nice to see them all there and excited about next year. I look forward to next year and make it bigger and better. So let's go.
It was beautiful. Yeah.